Hello, hello. Hello there. How are you? I hope that you're good. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday. Hello to Will, who didn't see anything. Hello to Pixel. Hello to Comb. Hello to Snack. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the show. Welcome to... Alright, I'm tired. Let's cancel this. Never mind. Welcome to Jimu. That's what this is now, I guess. You never know what a playthrough's gonna be before you start it. So funny. So funny. And yep. And yes. And yeah. And yep. And he did it. And Zabrag did it. He did it. The man himself, and by he did it, all he means is that he requested it. Pixel did it. Pixel did all the work. The brag eye is real. Crazy. Truly the future. La 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 la. And she came out great. She has a little gun. Just like the legendary sharpshooter himself, Jimu Godspeed. The Marshall King could end next week, guys, and I wouldn't be... It definitely won't, though. But, like, the Marshall King could end, and I'd be like, yeah, we gotta keep this bit up for the rest of this playthrough. Elden King. What's up, buddy, bro? What's on the agenda for today? What's on the agenda? You may be wondering, what's on the agenda, Zebra? Well, today, I actually don't remember. I forget everything that happens after this. Oh, a blue rupee. We got it out of the way. Obviously, I know what we're, like, headed towards, but I forget what happens along the way here. I don't know where we're going. Hey, good pact. Well met. When did we make this pact again? I don't even remember. And also, who proposed it? Aaron's lit. I saw that. That's okay, though. Which way do we go? Is this the way out? The woods? The woods? The woods? Why is this like this? Why is this besieged? What does this mean? That's the dungeon, isn't it? Is that just a marker telling me there's a dungeon there? I think we go out this way. Or... yeah. Yeah, I mean, I assume it was probably something like that. Now I just need Sizz to take me up on Zabrag, however. And I'll have checked all the boxes I need to check. Where the heck is this area? This is not in the game. Was this modded in? This is the field? This is crazy. It looks like this. Guys, this is where we want to be. Dude, Chili's always goes crazy with the chips, and I love them for it. We gotta shoot one of these. That was classic Jimu wrangling. What is this? Scoop? Scoop what? Scooper Gaban? That's never happened to me. Yeah. I gotta get me one of those, I gotta get me one of those burgers. I was gonna get it last week and then I changed my mind because it was like an insane amount to deliver. Whoa! Guys, this is a huge moment. For Saturday, I could be convinced. This is a huge moment for us. Cracked. We got a boy beetle. Bug fans love that golden color. I wouldn't call these golden, but I'll give it to you. This is huge for us. This is a very fun quest. I like this quest. And I'm looking forward to doing it. How many do we got? That's what, 8 times 3? That's 24? Yes. This is fun. "12 pairs of bugs for us." That's not a... yeah, 12 pairs of bugs for us. Extremely wasteful quest. Yeah, maybe. Once we get cooking on that, I'm gonna have a good time. What are these blue, like, cornflowers? What? They grow these? Who is that? Yo! Is it dead? No, it's still alive. This is why you can't go in the desert alone. It's freaky out here. Oh, we don't have the range on this thing. We're low on ammo. If I got jumped by 2 guys right now, it'd be over. Well, actually, I could take 2. But I couldn't take 3. Oh, okay. Our wallet is full. I need something to spend money on. And you might be saying, why don't you go fill up your lantern with oil? I'm never paying for oil. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I am never once paying a cent for oil. Sorry. Not even to open up my wallet. That guy's not getting my business. He's a free shop down the road. Yo, what's up, Kingo? What are these? The Skulladogs? Dog and Bones? It's dangerous out in the desert. This is what they were warning him about. Alright, let's talk about something that's not stupid. Hey, how are you guys? How was your Tuesday? Mine was pretty swell. Yesterday was holidays, so today was basically like a Monday at work. But there are not a lot of people in the office on Tuesday, so it felt like a very quiet Monday. That's the best way I could summarize it. I also have a lot of meetings on Tuesdays, so it felt like a meeting-heavy, quiet Monday. But I felt pretty productive for the first half of the day. I wrote up some documentation, which always makes me feel like I'm doing something to contribute. Posted it in the team's chat, got a couple thumbs up, and cleaned my hands for the day. I was like, that's me. I did it. All done. Oh, a couple. Other than that, what else did I do? Not much. It was not a very eventful day. Very quiet. Oh, hello. Dang it. I beat Silent Hill on Sunday. That was cool. And after letting that game simmer a lot, or a lot more, I still like 2 more, but I respect 1 a lot more after finishing it. The path along the way, I was like a little iffy here and there at times. After finishing it and like, oh, what are these? Should we move bomb speed? Also, banger alert. After seeing the rest of what the game had to offer, like the ending, the whole ending sequence, the whole last section of that game was cracked. It like came to life way more than it had for the rest of the game for me. I really loved the last dungeon, I guess you could call it, and the resolution to the story and all that. Really good stuff. And now I want to play 3. If you told me the Zebra gets into Silent Hill in 2025, I would have been like, that's crazy. What a weird turn of events. But here we are. Also, the homie.
Go no further, there's a black wall ahead that blocks the way. I thought I would deliver a few letters, but it seems impossible. I'm the honorable and dependable letter carrier known to some as the Postman. Now that I have introduced myself, please take this letter and read it at your leisure.
Oh, really? This specific incarnation of him?
To read a letter, press star to open your collection screen and then select the letter. You can do that to read any letters you receive. Do whatever you see fit. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to mail.
There he goes. He's only really in this and like the Ocarina like era games, right? Oh, I guess he's in Wind Waker, kind of. And probably some of the 2D ones. I'm sure he's in like Minish Cap or something. That's cool. The song is epic. The song is epic. The song's cool. I like the song. Hyrule Field in this game, I like it. I don't think it's as... I don't remember the layout of it the way I would like Ocarina, but I do like it. I think the thing about this Hyrule Field is that all the sections of it feel very separate though, so I think that's a point against it. Like, it feels like I'm in Zone 1 of Hyrule Field, and then there's like another zone over there. That's a little odd. It's not very cohesive from what I recall. But, yeah, what's up, Nitrum? But here we are. I don't even know which way we're going. This way, maybe? But I remember there being like a lot of fun things to go do out in this Hyrule Field. I think there's like stuff going on in it, which is cool. There are like memorable set pieces in it. Is this where I want to be going, or is this... is this where I want to be headed? Is this Eldin? You remember, right? No, I've never been here. Oh, the wall? Yeah, I do know what this is, yeah. Oops, my controller died. Oops, my controller died. Oops, my controller died. Come back to life. Oops, my controller died. Oops. My controller died. Come on. Do the thing! Hold on. There we go. Kill Steam. Because we don't like Steam when we're doing things that aren't Steam. Steam's cool when you're using it. When you're not using Steam, turn that thing off. God, it didn't do anything. Unplug. That do anything? Good gravy. Oops, his controller died. Oops. Yo, what's up, Sis? Super guy. Hi! Hey, controller. Hello? It disappeared. Pixel. Okay, watch this. We're gonna do something a little goofy, actually. A little cranky. Cranky? That's not the word I'm looking for. We're gonna do something a little wacky. We're gonna make a save state. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of this. And we're gonna do a little bit of Jimmo. And you know what? This is actually the perfect time to do it. Why don't we just talk about the thing now? During our technical difficulties. Gotta reset the stream anyway. Yeah, let's just do this. Yes, it's referential to you. It's a pretty good title. Alright, give me 1 second and I'll be right there and I'll be right with you. And I'm gonna set some music to set the mood a little. Mute. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back and it's me. And I'm back and it's me. And I'm back and I'm Zabrag. And I'm going to tell you a little something. If you are watching the VOD, or if you're just here in chat, and you're here for Twilight Princess, that's fine. We'll be back in roughly 20 minutes, maybe? I don't know. Give or take. Who knows? I don't know. Just keep skipping ahead a little, and you'll find it. Right now, we got business to talk about. Yo, what's up, Neff? Tell me about 14. Throw the timestamp in the comments, dude. I'm gonna say no to that. You're all adults. You better be if you're watching this. If you're not an adult, close out of the video. What are you doing here? I'll call your mom. I'll call your mom. Post your mom's phone number in the comments below, and I'll call her. We're here today. Ugh. This Chico's not that cold. It's a hot day. Oh my god, sis. The Shichi Boo Gals. That's funny. I like it. For a little context for you, for a little contextuality. Like a week ago? Like a week ago? Was it a week ago? It was like a week and a half. The 19th, what's that? A week and a day. Snack Attack 8. Snack Attack 8 Shul. In chat. Posted an SBS question in our Discord. For those who don't know, the SBS is our Q&A column, where we give me creative writing prompts, basically. It's the Q&A column where we give me creative writing prompts, and I love them all. Where it was the question was posed if there was a Zabrag Burger like stream universe killing game, which 15 asterisk 16 characters would be selected to participate. And I posted my thoughts like a week ago. In response, I had a lot of fun coming up with them. My rules that I followed were no Danganronpa or Zero Escape, because those are already like killing game settings, especially Danganronpa, obviously. But I even said like Zero Escape is a little bit of a... I don't want to grab one of those either. And partially just as like a challenge, I don't know. And then I also tried to limit myself to one per series. Or one per stream series. If the games are different enough, even if it's like a sequel or something, that counts. That's fine. And then I just tried to get a good blend of personalities. And so I posted them. It was I'm gonna read off the list super quick. I don't need to dive into this because we're gonna have a visual guide in a moment. It was Zemc, our pro tag from Pokemon Unbound. Cynthia from Fire Emblem Awakening, Fuka from P3 Reload, Poppy from Xenoblade 2, Judy from Tales of Vesperia, Aika from Skies of Arcadia, Melia from Xenoblade 1, Spoajo from Paper Mario TTYD, Yosuke from P4 Golden, Kiryu from Yakuza 0, soon to be more. Ooh. Ota from I, the Somnium Files, Eric from Dragon Quest XI, Harry from Custom Robo, Genus, Tales of Symphonia, Quina Final Fantasy IX, and Swansea from Mouthwashing, who I added in post, because the original question was 15. And, oh my god, Sis, what are you doing? Are these like unlockable characters? The original question was 15, but everybody else followed suit and did 16, and I was like, well, now I don't have 16, so I went and did a 16th one after the fact. And I'm glad I did, because he kind of he rounds it out a little more. Right, I get you. I was just trying to see like what the ski huh represented. At first, I was like, oh, Sis doesn't know that one, and then I was like, oh no, wait. But since then, I was like, oh, I kind of want to draw like a diagram of of like what they all look like in the circle in the court, because it was posed as what if they were in a death game, but like I think all our minds went to like what if they were in just like a Danganronpa thing. And so I spent the last like 2 hours of work today just doodling. It was a quiet day. It was a nothing day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope nobody noticed, that's all. It was on and off. I was doing my job still. I was testing a stupid, like, loner workflow. That's boring. I was doing this in between. Or rather, I was doing that in between. Let's be honest. Anyway. Here's what I came up with. And we're gonna go over it. Here they are. Some of them look better than others. I started with Judy and went clockwise. And I think you can tell. But that's okay. I had a multicolor like gel pen on my desk, and I was like, wait a sec, I could color these in a little for the ones that I had colors for. Let me make it a little bigger. A little, something like this. And this is them for us. You can't see my cursor, right? Can I make that to be the case? Capture? No, not with an image. Yeah, I'm really proud of the Joe. So a couple of these I had to practice. Because I didn't want to just go blindly pen to paper on them. And Joe was one of them. Heavily practiced creature. Some of these were just first tries, and it shows, and that's fine. Whatever. I just wanted to get something down. Eric I also practiced because his hair was just non-Euclidean to me. I just didn't know how to draw his hair. Judy I practiced a couple times. And Genus. Genus still doesn't look great, but his hair is weird. But these last three I did Kiryu, Fuka, and Swansea at the end, and they came out silly looking, but that's okay, because I was in a rush at the end of the day. Fuka came out bad. The others all came out good, though, I think. I'm happy with the rest of them. Yeah, I think it gets it. Like, if you know he's on the list, it looks like him. If you don't know, then you don't know who this is. But it definitely gets him across, I think. So what did I want to elaborate on here? Why did I put people where I put them? I think the funniest ones, to me, I think Fuka's in a really funny spot. She's in between two very intimidating, scary men. It's kind of that, yeah. And it's also just him being weirded out by Quina. But this is the only place I could see her being. I was like, she's definitely next to Kiryu, and then once I added Swansea, I was like, oh yeah, she's in between these two. She's stressed constantly. However, I don't think either of them are out to get her. I mean, obviously Kiryu isn't. And I don't think Swansea is either, but I think she's terrified of him, especially because of his outbursts. And I think she's just intimidated by Kiryu, but Kiryu likes her, and I think they are friends. I think they open up to each other over the course of the game, or whatever you want to call it. And yes, it was not intentional, but once I saw that Yosuke and Swansea were both on this list, I was like, oh, well, there has to be something between them. There has to be some angle. So I think there's got to be something like that happens. What's up, Brunzit? Question? Okay. Yeah, I was thinking maybe the reverse comb. Where is it taking place? I haven't gotten that far. And I don't think I'll be getting that far unless someone else wants to propose an idea. I think this is the end of fleshing this out. For me, anyway. The Jimmy Buffett. Pout. I don't have time for that right now. I can think about it after. Kiryu was also in a funny spot, though. Next to, so like, Fuka's between this sandwich, but I think Kiryu is also in a funny sandwich. Where he has an anxiety creature and just a little stupa. And I also think that the thing about Kiryu is that they're all intimidated by him, but they all kind of like figure out his deal kind of over time, and I think they all open up to him. And I think Poppy loves Kiryu. I think they have a funny like friendship or relationship in this. Just like a big bro, little sis or something. And I also think that Poppy puts these glasses on just for the trial, every trial. I don't think she has these on all the time, but I think in the trial she puts on these glasses and I think she starts the stupidest arguments all the time. I think that's her role. I think chief instigators are Poppy. I'm going to say Harry. I'm going to say Sporjo. I'm going to say Swansea. I'm going to say the occasional Genus. But Genus is actually going somewhere with it. But I do think he gets, like, he starts arguments. And that's probably it for, like, people who, like, start arguments, kind of. I think everybody else plays it pretty straight. Maybe Ota at one point. I think maybe there might be, like, a raw moment where, like, Kiryu has a cut-in. I think that could happen. Or maybe, like, a late-game Judy or Eric. I think both of them are late-game. And speaking of which, getting to Eric, I think he is, so I thought about this. Who's like your Byakuya and your Kyoko, kind of? I'm thinking it's like Eric and Judy in some fashion. But I think they're both mysterious and you don't really know. I think you don't know throughout the game, like, which one is the homie and which isn't. I think that's the interesting twist on this one. I think they play both sides often. That was the kind of angle I thought of for this. They're the only ones I could kind of see playing that role. But I think Eric is definitely Final S. I think it turns out he's the homie. That's how I see it. Cynthia Stupa, I like where she is though. I think it's funny. I think these are the two guys she'd have near her. And I think sometimes she and Yosuke get into like stupid like tangents on the side. They have like the funny one-liners sometimes. Just like randomly in like the middle of a trial. Speaking of Yosuke, I think he is the closest to like a Kazuichi type character analog. That kind of like you know what I mean? He's that type of guy, kind of. I think he kind of brings that vibe to the table. And I think he, and also her other neighbor, I think the two of them really annoy Melia here. Yeah, it is like when these two, they get up to trouble. I know you can't see my cursor, but Yosuke and Cynthia, I think, is a funny desk mates situation. Yeah, non-malevolent, stupid, just starts stupid tangents. And others find him annoying. Namely Melia, who I thought was really funny to put here. Between these two, who are both, I think, bothering her constantly. And I think she typically does not want to be there. I think that is her usual attitude towards things, but when she does speak up, she does have something to contribute. Next up is Harry, who I am of the opinion makes it to the end. I think Harry makes it to the end. I think he's that guy. I see him having like he can play like both sides kind of. He can play the kind of he can play comic relief, but I also think he can play straight man. And I think that is his strength in the trials. He brings the entertainment, but he also contributes to the conversation. That's kind of what I see him doing. We got Zemc, who was listening to some music and just vibing. I think that's typically what she is doing. Yeah, I absolutely can come. I liked putting her here. I think she's friends with Harry, and I think Sporjo was funny to put next to her. I think Sporjo is I don't know, I think he's like the devil in her ear kind of. Yo, Eric, what's up? This there's a lot of backstory to this. This is a death game from characters from the different streams I've done. Having a mind puzzle this. Oh, yeah, I could see that. I didn't even think of that. The mind puzzles, you could go so deep on this. We got Sporjo, who I feel like he is pretty self-explanatory in what he does. I think he is a force of just confusion. And perhaps antagonism, whether intentional or not. I think he very rarely does anything useful. But maybe some tangent he goes off on will, like, lead to something, you know? I think he's that type of character. I think Aika is, like, kind of just, like, the like, gung-ho character. I think she's, like, really positive and kind of hypes everybody up at the start. And I also think because of that, she probably, like, dies. So I don't think she's in court for very long. Somebody has to die first. I think she'd be the prime candidate for that based on the way I thought of it. But maybe not. Maybe she makes it to like 2 or 3. I don't think she makes it all the way though. Yeah, possibly. Genus. Genus is funny in this because Genus in this feels like Genus in his own game where everything around him is just pissing him off. He just can't deal with it. I think he thinks all of these people are crazy, and he's just trying to get to the solution. I think he beefs with Poppy. That is one of the things I settled on immediately. I think him and Poppy beef. I think that's a big element of it. Because Poppy's always like, Poppy have answer, and it's not the answer. And Genus is like, are we seeing this? Like, but they're always like, nah, let Poppy talk, let Poppy talk. I think they got that kind of thing going on. And I think they probably, like, die in the same case or something. Guys, she doesn't even know what red is. There's a whole non-stop debate where you have to, like, disprove her talking about red or something. We have Quina, who I think is just vibing and having a good time. Usually is not on topic at all. But everyone loves them. Except maybe, like, I get the vibe. So Ota's here. And I get the vibe that he's very disrespectful to Quina somehow. Okay, Poppy, getting there. Oh my god, Sis. That would be awful. And so funny. I think Ota is very disrespectful to Quina. And he's sitting here between Judy and Quina. And I think he's pumped to be next to Judy. And he sees Judy, like, side-eyeing his way and thinks it's him. But no, Judy's looking at Quina. Because Judy likes Quina. And so I think that's kind of what we got going on here. And then lastly, I think Judy obviously is like the most mysterious character on the cast. For most of the way through. I think you don't really know her deal. And I think Swansea isn't, like, having any of it. I think he's very suspicious of her. And they kind of clash a lot on that sort of thing. And that's probably it. But that's how I see this. The layout, very informed by how I think the characters interact. And how I think it goes, and what I think would be funny. It was fun to make. Good question. Oh, and I drew this Fuka I drew last, and she looks like a potato. It was like 450 and I had to run. I was like, whatever. Worrisome creature. Hey, good work. Now let's make sure the game works. Place ad as a brag burger, that'd be crazy. I don't know if it's big enough.